Hi, I'm Linda.
I'm Paul, coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, also known as
The Valley of the Sun.
Yeah, I switch him around all the time. She has to constantly think.
Make sure I'm paying attention.
Yeah. Basically, I'm going to relate a story to you that happened to actually probably me more than Linda. I mean, it did happen to Linda. But I'll explain it to you. Linda's going to go back and do the camera. And
see you in a little while.
yeah, she'll be back to say bye. Anyway, as I've said in other videos, being a retired police officer, you run across a lot of things, but the thing that I wanted to talk to you about was either it really didn't matter whether I was in plain clothes or I was in uniform. And it could have been when maybe we went out to eat, or possibly when I'm getting gas, any of those particular times. But it was really surprising the number of people that would come up to me, actually know me, which I have no idea how they knew me, but they would tell me as they're shaking my hand that if they ever got arrested, they would hope that I would arrest them, which I thought was kind of strange, but in a way it makes you feel good. And then they went on to say that, or even anybody in my family, I hope that if they're going to get arrested, you're the one that arrests them. Well, I don't really want to go into what they said after that just yet, but I want to tell you about, as a police officer, there's kind of like three different personalities, so to speak, that fit in. One of them being the black and white kind of officer, and he's the guy that follows the letter of the law. In other words, and they do tell you this, if you're going to stop somebody at 11 miles an hour over the speed limit, at 11 miles an hour, he stops you. You're going to get a ticket. I don't care what the reason is, you're going to get a ticket. That's just the way it works. The other side, or the other character, is the one that I don't really know what went on in their personal lives, but for some reason when they pin that badge on, it's like they demand respect. They don't care about earning it. They don't care about anything other than they are the law, and what they say goes, and you best respect them. Then there's the other ones, which is where I fell into, and they're a little more laid back. They became a police officer not for any other reason than they felt that they could change their part of the world to make it a little bit better for the people around them. And that's exactly what I did. I became a firefighter and a police officer for a couple of reasons. One, to help people, and the second one is to possibly make our lives a better place to live, just within the community. And, you know, in my own mind, I think I did. But the story that I want to relate to you is that those guys, I asked them, you know, why would you want me to arrest you? You know? And as they're shaking my hand, they're telling me that they know that I'm a straight shooter. In other words, honest, right in your face. It either is or it isn't. And I don't mean by black and white, but it's like you have gray areas sometimes. For an example, I stopped a boy. I call him a boy. He was like probably 20. And he had an open container or a beer sitting beside him in his car. So I have a choice. I can arrest him, impound his car, take it in, make him bond out. He'll probably call his parents and have them come get him. Now, keep in mind, I was in Kansas, and Kansas is made up of nothing but small towns. And those small towns are people that live kind of still back in 1960s, maybe 70s. Some of them haven't even seen escalators, so it's kind of a different world. It's back where things used to be. Anyway, if I arrest this boy, I'm going to take him in. They're going to impound his car. In order for them to get it out of the impound lot, they're going to have to pay $125. They're going to have to bond him out, which is probably another $250. Then they're going to have to pay for an attorney. Then they're going to have to take off work to come to court. and then pay a fine that could be up to $500. So as you can see, it can add up pretty good. But what I chose to do that worked out for me really well is I had the dispatcher call their parents and tell the parents to come to where I was at, and both of them come so that one of them could be driving the car home. When they got there, I explained what went on. I explained the open container, and I told them that I felt that they would be able to administer justice as well as I could, and this way it wouldn't cost them any money. They were extremely thankful, and I can tell you for a fact that boy, that particular boy, he got more justice out of his folks coming to him than he would have ever gotten going to court. So anyway, it just makes you feel good when people look at you for those reasons. That being said, I'm going to call it a plea, call it a request or a favor, but what I want to ask you to do from the moment you see this video on, I don't know when you'll see it or where you'll see it, but I know you'll see it. But anytime you see a police officer or a fireman or even a man or a woman that's in uniform from the military, do yourself and me a favor and go up to them and shake their hand, and while you're shaking their hand, thank them for the job that they're doing for you. It'll make you feel extremely well, and it'll make the person that you're talking to feel really good about what they do. We always feel good as a police officer. I felt good in what I did, but when somebody actually acknowledged the fact that they appreciated what I did, it really made you feel good inside. So, I do it all the time. I'm asking you, please, do it for me. I'm going to bring Linda back so she can say bye-bye, because that's what we do, right?
Yep.
Okay, so don't forget, shake that hand, tell them good job or thank you or whatever. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did that one sound any better?